guest agent. Unlike Tony the Tigerette.
I love the cosplay that's going on. This is fun.
It is. So we'd love to ask you real quick, what do you love about this series, She-Hulk? What is exciting? What do you think fans should expect?
Oh my God, I'm so excited for people to see Jen Walters trying to balance her work life as a lawyer, her love life as a single lady, and then also being a Hulk, and it's like, what's that like?
You know, Marvel had wanted to develop She-Hulk for a while. I remember when I first heard of it, it was the first day of the pandemic. I think you don't often see a superhero who is reluctant. We all think of superheroes as wanting to don the cape and go out into the world, and she has worked really hard to develop a normal life.
Well, first and foremost, just the fact that Marvel has never done a true half-hour comedy, that already is kind of breaking the mold for them. And what's great about this show is that it gives us the time to actually explore that. Like, what happens when we're in between two world-ending events and everybody just has to go home and live their lives? And that's what we get to explore. It's amazing how she can make a 6'7" green CG character feel so relatable and so human.
When I read the pilot, I was laughing out loud, and I just couldn't believe that this was how we were going to be telling a superhero story, because it's so human and it's so resistant to any superhero tropes, so it's really fun. Large universe where we get to have really wacky, wild characters, and then also get to say so much about women and women in their 30s and taking up space in the world. So yeah, I really love everything that She-Hulk is about. Our cast is diverse. You know, I'm Filipino, so I'm going to have my own different experience than Tatiana. So we're showing it kind of just inherently with just even our casting, everyone's bringing like a different quirk to whatever it is to be in your 30s.
I've loved Titania for such a long time because she's my favorite supervillain in all the comics. Her and Loki are my two favorites. She has to apologize and come back from them. We don't really get to see women do that in public. We don't see women allow themselves redemption, allow themselves to persist. And we also don't see a lot of women playing the bad guy, and that was fun for me because misogynists aren't always men. Sometimes they're women, and sometimes we need to call that out and show that for what it is, and I got to do that. And I'm playing someone who is the antithesis of everything I fight on my social media.
And he's such a big fan. He's like, oh my gosh, he's good.
I love it. Frosted Flakes.
Oh, yes. And then tell me what you're excited about this new Guardians of the Galaxy.
Oh my gosh, I'm excited about everything. I mean, this was a story that was created with people who I've been on a journey with for 10 years. They're people that started as strangers. They're now some of my closest friends, and I'd say even they're my family. And that's something that we put into this movie. We don't separate the career and the personal. The personal is a part of this movie. We don't separate our art from the commerce. We don't separate our art from our personal journeys and our sharing with each other. And so that's all in this movie.
And then what should fans be excited about and expect? What stands out, you think, for this Thursday?
I think that people are, I think people who saw the teaser trailer can see that it's a very big, very emotional story. And I think it's going to take people by surprise in terms of how much integrity we go into that with. We have a lot of people who grew up with the Guardians. This will be 10 years. And we have kids that are 11 when they first saw the first Guardians, now they're 21. And in the same way they've grown up, the story has grown up, and we've grown up with them. And so we're making a story for all of those people who have been watching the Guardians movies all along.
Thank you so much, James, for talking with us.
Thank you, I appreciate it.
I feel really lucky to play a character who, the fans have been asking James for. That means a lot, that only really kind of sunk in, I think, today when James sort of announced it in Hall H. So super grateful to have been introduced. And, I was a fan of Guardians of the Galaxy before, I ever sort of got a chance to audition. So it feels a little surreal to be a part of it now, but I'm super grateful. I think this film probably has the best blend of kind of humor and pathos, within the context of the franchise. I think this one is going to sort of make people laugh the hardest and also potentially cry the hardest too. So I think it has that kind of perfect balance about it.
The third Guardians is a little darker in some ways than the first two are, but it's because that it has more of an emotional backing to it, and we're exploring where these characters came from and where they're going next, and it's really magnificent. I'm really happy about it.
you can still see the quirkiness, weirdness of Mantis, but there's like, she's stronger and she gets to fight too, which is very exciting. And yeah, and she finds her own voice and strength, and and she gets like mad sometimes. So that was really fun to play.
I'm excited to be the big bad in Guardians of the Galaxy. I mean, I don't know how, it's hard for me to believe because I watched the first one as an audience member in Times Square a few years ago. So for me, I'm very excited that I can come into the world of Marvel playing this character who's this sociopath and a narcissist and a fan favorite in a weird way with his following. So I love the fact that he is a character that you love to hate. Those are always the best characters to play, villains.
Kathryn, cool.
Hey, I love your Comic-Con.
I don't think I'm Tony the Tigerette.
Yes, you are.
Well, cool. And tell me what you're excited about in your role.
Well, I'm really excited to be at my first Comic-Con because we just released the teaser for our film Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania, and I got to watch it on stage for the first time and be there with the fans and feel that energy. It was awesome. I think what stands out to me about this particular movie is the father-daughter bond. It's like kind of like this. It's like the core of the movie, and I love that. I can feel the love, and there's all this chaos that's going on. Okay, we're in the quantum realm. I think that the fans should be excited that Ant-Man and the Wasp are back together again, doing what they do best, and that Cassie Lang's along for the ride.
Yeah, I'm across the
Just
plate.
a tiger, but you're a specific tiger. I like
Thank
it.
you so much. I love your dress too.
Oh, thank you so much.
Oh, cool. He's like, oh, I love her for everything that she's done.
That's very sweet. Thank you.
So, tell me what
Hi.
you're excited about in this new role. What do you think fans should expect?
I think that fans are going to be very participatory in this series because they're going to be constantly trying to guess who's who, who's bad, who's good. I think never before have people been able to like get into something that Marvel has done where they don't know for sure if that person is who they say they are. So it's going to be a bit of a guessing game. It's very much a thriller. It's very dark. It's very gritty. It's very real and it's very grounded. It's wild. It's been 3 years since I was here, but weirdly it feels like not that much time has passed, maybe because of these same halls, But it's wonderful. It's so great that people are able to gather in a place and celebrate the things they love with the people who love the same things as them. And I just love Comic-Con. It's like a gathering of creativity and imagination and excitement and passion. So I'm always happy to be here.
Thank you so much,
Thank you
Cobie,
so
for
much.
talking with us.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
Excited to see how the people will respond because we worked so hard on the movie and the story is amazing and there are going to be lots of feelings that we're going to give you and it's going to be sad and funny and happy and scary. There's going to be change, there are going to be losses, but that's just a Marvel movie, loads of action, loads of emotions. I'm extremely grateful because doing one movie and then another one and always coming back to continue telling the story, to continue exploring the character, getting more responsibility, working with these talented people, it's a gift and I really enjoy every single moment.
Oh, I'm really excited. I'm really excited because we spent a lot of time doing this movie. So now I'm just waiting for see what is happening.
It was so exciting seeing the trailer for the first
Yes.
time. But not only seeing the trailer for the first time, but seeing it together. And it's like exciting and emotional too. We spend so much time working together and not only like the shoot, but just training and spending time together outside of our working days. It was so good watching the trailer.
I'm really proud.
There's so much of representation and you get to see our woman kick ass.
They can enjoy these new characters because are completely different to the comics. So I don't know. Right now we have a new opportunity for make characters completely different. So that's nice.
Comic-Con is so live this year because I think people have been in their cubicles and now they're ready to just exhale and express themselves, and it feels so good. There's so much love going on in downtown San Diego. I can't even describe it.
Is that everyone's back in force because they've been so desperate to share the love for science fiction and fantasy that we all have.
I'm from Ghana. I was born in the UK, and I grew up in America. Watch Lord of the Rings of Power, premiering September 2nd on Amazon Prime.
I'm on Star Trek Strange New Worlds. I play Mr. Spock, and he is a half human, half Vulcan, a fictional world that's been created by Gene Roddenberry.
What a day we're having.
Celia Rose Gooding. I play Cadet Nyota Uhura on Star Trek Strange New Worlds.
It's Comic-Con, you can't go wrong. And yeah, here, lots of faces. I mean, it's almost become a game. Who's that? What's he from? She's in something. Yeah, it's fun.
Oh, come on, baby. This is the Orville, baby. We all in this shit. All that good stuff. Yeah.
This is my 12th Comic-Con. What is the difference between the first one to this?
Oh, you know what? I'm less stressed out this time. Do you know what I mean? I think the first time you come is so overwhelming and it's exciting and you're tired and you're not sleeping when you're running around. And now I've done it long enough that it's really an opportunity to see all my friends who are doing exciting things and congratulate them and support them, promote the stuff I'm doing, but not get too caught up in the hype.
Hey, Walter Emmanuel Jones, also known as Zach, the original Black Power Ranger. Well, you know we're coming up on our 30-year anniversary next year, so 30 years of Rangers is kind of an amazing journey.
Oh my God, I mean, we were in Puerto Rico for 4 months shooting the resort pretty recently, so that journey...
It's been pretty humid, as you can see.
Oh,
Nina's hair.
I'm very excited that I can finally say, I'm Attuma. I am Attuma.
There were some pretty big announcements that dropped today that may or may not have something to do with me, so, you know, we'll just have to wait and see.